Hey guys, Cameron Ashley here from Journey of Wellness. Hope you're having a good week. Today's little clip is about breathing. I can't stress the importance of how you breathe and the influence it has on pretty much every function of your whole being. It's one of the foundations that I look at first and foremost with everyone, especially with someone that's got pain or chronic dysfunction. But the idea, guys, is that breathing, if we don't breathe, we suffer quite a lot. Now, that means a lot in an aspect of, yes, if we don't breathe, we die, but also that if we don't get adequate breath or oxygen and the ability to eliminate CO2 effectively, the body goes into a bit of a shutdown. Now, that's usually presented with signs and symptoms of musculoskeletal pain and or jaw pain and or nostril blockage and or pharyngeal blockage, all those types of things. So when you breathe, notice how deep, how shallow, is there blocks, where do I experience pain if I breathe in, where do I experience pain when I breathe out. All these signs and symptoms and tightnesses and aspects will give you a really good sign where you need more life. Need more energy and abundance of energy. So a lot of people that I see usually have some type of nostril blockage, or they've had a broken nose or some type of fall or hit or accident, and also a really straight cervical spine. Now what's happening there is quite often the jaw's not big enough to house the tongue. And what ends up happening is this part here actually shifts backwards and you get this little gullet here, but that's not fat or problematic, that's just the tongue sitting back further so it can open up the pharyngeal airway of the neck. So it's pretty crazy once you start to look at the mechanics of how some people's postures are sitting. So all I'm doing is giving you little signs and hints of if you experience your breath and it's hard or restricted, it may just need some breathing retraining, just meaning the brain and the body just need to go, how do I breathe? Or that there's something influencing your breath that you may not be aware of. Okay, so the first little tip that I'm just going to share with you is about breathing rhythm, how the brain may function with the body. Now there's a million different ways and theories and processes and methodologies out there for certain things like yoga breathing, pranayama breathing, qigong, tai chi, exercising. There's a lot of different ways, but just this function is just for the mechanics of just normal breath. Okay, so what we're going to do is just a little exercise where you're placing one hand on your chest, the other hand on your belly button, and the idea is, I'll just stand here, and you just want to breathe 2/3 in this area, 1/3 in this area. So it just goes. If you need to concentrate just on here, bring both hands on, just bring your attention to this base part to breathe in through the diaphragm, which sits up here and comes down and then comes back up. Okay, so and draw in. Now, guys, that breathing rhythm is the basis of any movement we do in our life. So, for example, people want a stronger core or a stronger posture. Now, if you can't breathe correctly to hold your posture in place, there's no, it makes it a lot more challenging for you to feel that strength or that awareness in your posture. So practice that lying down. As you get better, come into seated position. As you get better, come into standing. So all I would say is breathe in for 5, exhale normal, okay? Slow your breath down, and not a forced breath. The more harsh, the more forced you make it, the more it won't just do its natural breathing rhythm within the body. So soften your breath. It doesn't need to be just breathe in normally as much as you can. If you don't get a big, deep breath, it's okay. Just go to where you can and practice, okay? And the next one, guys, is alternate nostril breathing, where we come into here, Same rhythm through the chest and the belly, but I'm going to breathe through this nostril here. Block this, exhale through this one. Breathe in. Exhale. Now just 2 breaths just with one hand. I go. Okay, so you get the idea. Now that can be done lying down too. So I usually encourage people to do that for at least 20 breaths, that cycle, okay? Just those 2 exercises alone, or creating awareness of your breath, will greatly improve your body's functioning of how it takes in oxygen and expels carbon dioxide. So I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to be posting a bit more on breathing mechanics and breathing rhythms of how we can improve it, because it's vital, guys, to our health and well-being. So I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you've got any questions. Many blessings.